Alright, so let's talk about why I use the Canon EOS R5 for photo and video. Intro. Okay, so this video isn't based on my review or all kind of other data. This is just my personal opinion why I use the Canon EOS R5. So yeah, in the end this doesn't mean you should use this camera too, but still a lot of people ask me what camera they should buy, so maybe this video can help you to know how to make the overall decision when you want to buy a certain camera. And in my opinion, in the first place you need to know what kind of cameras you really like to use. Because yeah, if I need to use a specific product every single day, I need to like the overall product too and not just the specs. But of course it doesn't mean specs aren't really important, so don't get me wrong here. But if you don't like to use a product, it's just bad. And yeah, the EOS R5 is a camera that I still really like to use. The overall handling is super simple and I don't have any problems to find everything that I need, and it allows me to do everything that I want to do. So yeah, the overall workflow with the EOS R5 is just one reason why I like to use this camera. And yeah, the next aspect we need to talk about is all about lenses. And yeah, I already have a couple of EF and RF lenses and I can still use all of them even with the new mount of the R5. And the reason is this little adapter here that makes it possible to use older EF glass with the new R system without having any major downside. And yeah, that's a perfect opportunity to make the jump to the new mount because you don't have to buy all kind of new lenses just because you make the switch. So yeah, actually I can still use all of my old gear with the new camera and I don't have to care about buying new stuff just because I make the switch to the new mount. But if I would switch to a different brand, I mostly need to replace everything that I have, so that means I have to spend more and more money just to be sure that I don't miss anything because of missing lenses, for example. And yeah, exactly, money is a really important factor here because yeah, in most cases you simply can't afford a complete new set of lenses if you switch to a different camera brand, even if you sell your old gear. So yeah, in the end that's why it's really important to be sure what you want to do and which camera is actually the best over a long period of time, so you don't have to waste a lot of money just because of one silly decision. And the next aspect why I really like to use the Canon EOS R5 is the overall size of the camera body. It's just not too big and not too small, I can use it without having any problems, and the overall layout is just on point. Canon actually improved everything that I didn't like while using the EOS R, and as I already mentioned, the overall handling of the R5 is super simple, especially if you used the EOS R before. In the end I didn't have to learn a lot to get started, I simply switched on the camera and that's it. I actually thought the EOS R5 won't be a big upgrade next to the EOS R, but I was so wrong. The R5 is actually a huge step forward, and especially the new 45 megapixel sensor in combination with IBIS is just awesome. Even if you use slower shutter speed options, it is possible to get sharp images, and that's just phenomenal. On top, all these video options are perfect for me, so in the end I don't have to switch between cameras for video and photo, and that's something that I really like. So a hybrid camera is for me the best option to get my work done. And yeah, all in all, of course, the EOS R5 doesn't have a crop in video, and it can record up to 8K 30 FPS, 4K up to 120 FPS and 1080 up to 60 FPS in C-Log. And yeah, currently there's a rumor about a possible update for 120 FPS at 1080p, so yeah, that's basically everything that you need. On top, Canon improved the autofocus, so I don't have to care about that a lot, which is great. And new features like the animal autofocus are just fantastic, so if you need a good AF, here it is. But next let's quickly talk about some smaller reasons why I really like the EOS R5, and the first one is the dual card slot. And the dual card slot allows you to use one CF Express and one SD card. So yeah, that's actually a great improvement, and it's something everyone was waiting for because in my opinion that's a way to go for all kind of cameras, especially in the price category like that. On top, this camera doesn't make a lot of noise, and yeah, noise is something that is a really important factor for me. Especially if you're a photographer who needs to be quiet, for example, you won't have any problems. I need to say that it surprised me a lot how they managed to reduce the overall shutter loudness, so if you don't want to get a lot of attention while taking photos, this is the way to go. And the continuous shooting mode is another reason why I really like this camera. And yeah, exactly, sometimes you just need to be really fast to get a certain result. So just take a look at this example here and you will know why I really like the continuous shooting mode of the R5.
The high speed continuous mode. And now let's see. Give the focus.
And the last reason for today is the footage itself. I personally never had any problems to work with the footage of my Canon cameras. The overall workflow to get the result that I want to have in the editing is always easy, and since Adobe released the update for Lightroom, all those import problems of the R5 files are gone. Now I can simply use the original files instead of converted files, so that's really fantastic. So yeah, in the end I just need to say that I'm really happy that I bought the EOS R5. But what do you think about the Canon EOS R5? Let me know that in the comments. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're new here, don't forget to smash that subscribe button to stay updated for upcoming videos, and I'll see you in the next video.